What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. Listen, I am so mad that Anna Devane had to waste her time sitting next to Drew and talking with Drew. That was such a waste of her good breath and her time. I felt bad for her. Imagine you going through hell in your own life. You sitting there, just trying to be in your thoughts, have a drink, whatever, and you got to sit next to the likes of Drew. That's enough to just make me order a few drinks. Hell, I'll buy the bar. Like, who wants to sit next to his long, lanky neck ass? Like, he is so annoying. My thing about Anna is, I know it's gonna be hard for her, to find a new career path and something new to do or whatever, because the WSB is not an option for her. It probably never will be again. But if Alexis and Felicia and stuff could find new career paths after all these years, she can too. It's just going to take some time for her to figure out what's next, what this next chapter of her life is going to be. And only she can, determine that. And the good thing is, she got all the time to figure it out. It's not going to come to her, in a quickness, figure it out. She could be a private investigator. She could do whatever, Drew is just so fucking annoying. Him sitting here talking this nonsense about, oh, I want to just get this toxicity out of my life and this, that, and the third. How you want toxic shit out of your life, but then in the next breath gonna sit there and tell Carly, oh, Nina gotta pay. Oh, Nina needs to pay, and I know how to make her pay. That's not getting toxic shit out of your life. I'm sorry, but getting revenge on Nina, how is that helping you with getting rid of toxic feelings and all of that? Getting rid of toxic shit in your life is doing exactly what Carly just told him to do. Move on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have to deal with Nina anymore if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Move on. But no, he don't want to move on. He want revenge. And my only thing is, the only way for him to get revenge that I could think of at the moment, because he talking about he know how, is him firing Nina from Crimson. Because everybody know Nina loves Crimson. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing for him to do is fire her. Because think about it. Even with all the anger Michael has had against Nina, all this time Michael has had the power to fire Nina. He's never once thought about firing her. He never did. You want to know why? Because Michael's not a dumbass. Like, he's not completely stupid, especially when it comes to business. Michael not stupid. Because it's been said over and over throughout the last few years that Crimson is the bread and butter of Aurora Media. And that's mostly because of Nina. Nina makes the money for the company, pretty much. So firing her without a backup plan or a suitable replacement is like shooting yourself in the damn foot. That's why I think Michael never fired her. Because he could have if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So I think if Drew were to go down that route and fire her, that would be an impulsive, stupid ass move. Because if you ain't got nobody to replace her that's equally as good as her or better, you're dumb. Because you messing up your coin. You messing up the company's money at this point. So if that's what his plan is, he better think again. Think it over. You might want to, figure out another way. Because judging by the previews, Nina looked like she ain't stunting him. And I fucking love it. I love how Nina be standing up to these bitches. I love it. Like, she don't be backing down for the most part. Like, when she get mad, she stand up to their asses. And that's what she need to do. Stand up. Who the hell Drew think he is? I'm not surprised that Carly forgave Michael. I'm not shocked. I mean, if you think about it, how many times has she been in the hot seat with Michael? And he done went off on her and, disowned her a couple times, but he eventually forgave her. I think she forgave him rather quickly simply because, one, that's her son. And two, she been in that position before with him. You know what I'm saying? Where he's mad at her for withholding information or keeping secrets and stuff like that. And she right. Secrets do have consequences. Because you can't keep a secret buried in Port Charles. It ain't never going to be buried forever. It's going to come out. What annoyed me with Michael was him sitting there talking about, oh, I try to control Nina. No, you try to control Nina and you try to control your wife. You try to control both. You try to play the god. You try to play the boss of both. And it backfired on your little ass. And now look what happened. Now your wife ain't talking to you. Which I'm pretty sure it ain't going to last too long. Because I could see Willow starting to thaw already. Talking about, oh, I can't make a choice overnight, or I can't think about forgiveness overnight. So that tells me her ass is planning on forgiving him. Whatever. She could take his little donkey head ass back if she want. I don't even care at this point. I'm really so over all of this nonsense with the SEC and all. I'm over it. Because at this point, I was happy that Carly said, "Listen, I'm ready to move on with my life." I hope she mean that shit. I really do. I hope she mean it because if she continues to try to do battle with Nina, at this point they need to fight. I'm tired of the back and forth between them having words. I'm sick of them, trying to get revenge on each other. It's like beat each other ass at this point. Cause some of the shit they doing just warrants an ass whooping. I'm just saying. Like, get it over with. We could put a little mud pile, a little mud ring in the room or whatever, and y'all could just go on in there and duke it out. Go on there. So anyway, moving on from that. I totally get where Christina coming from. I was so like irritated that her and Blaze was breaking up and stuff like that. 'Cause I'm like, damn, y'all relationship barely started. Y'all talking about calling it quits already. But I get it though. I get where Christina coming from because I would feel the same exact way. Like if we're out in public, you ain't about to swap my hand away off it. Like she treated Christina like she was Jehovah's Witness. I'm like, well, damn. And she tried to play it off like she didn't know that that's what she did. Oh, I didn't know this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because you moved that hand very quickly, swiftly. You knew exactly what you was doing, Miss Blaze. She could tell that lie all she want to. I seen it. You moved that hand. You consciously knew what the fuck you were doing. Don't sit here and lie. Cause I somewhat like Blaze or whatever. I don't know her full story, but I somewhat like what I see of her, and I like what I see of her and Christina so far. But don't sit there and tell tales, man. You moved that hand away expeditiously. Don't sit here and say you did. Um, but I'm glad, her and Christina talked about that, and I get both sides. Being a public figure, you don't want people in your personal business. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a lot of celebrities out here, that's been married for 10 years, 15 years, you never even seen a spouse. That's the crazy part. They don't post them on social media. They don't post their children on social media. And I'm big on that too. Like I prefer somewhat of a private life too, to an extent. I post what I want to post. I talk about what I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? That's at my discretion. So I get it about privacy. So I totally get where she coming from with that. But I also get where Christina's coming from. Christina has lived this life of uncertainty and her preference for a long time. And now she's free to be out in the open with it, to have her woman on her arm, in public. And I get it. She don't want to go backwards. She ain't trying to hide it. She not trying to be up in the closet. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame her. I'm not mad at Christina for that. She wants to be out and proud and be living her authentic life. It took her long enough to get to this point, and I totally get it. So they're gonna have to find some type of balance and compromise, if they're gonna be together and work this shit out. Plus the whole, she might be pregnant situation, the surrogacy stuff is gonna, play a part in a relationship too. But I do love how Blaze left and she just came back. Was like, nah. And she brought her, some food to cook and stuff like that. They was gonna make a meal together or whatever. She was gonna make her a meal. I love it because I love that Blaze really wants to make this thing work with Christina. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people give up so easy on relationships and stuff. So I'm glad Blaze wasn't taking no for an answer on this. Some people might say that's a red flag. They might say, oh, she might have an agenda. I don't know what the girl angle is. I don't know. But I just get tired of people breaking up over silly shit sometimes. It's like, y'all need to compromise or do something. You know what I mean? Like, because Christina definitely glows whenever she's around Blaze. Like, I've noticed that about her. She's a lot happier around her. So why not try to make that work and explore it? Figure it out until you can't figure it out. You know what I mean? Until it's just, y'all did all y'all can and y'all can't make it work. At least explore that. Get to that point. Exhaust all options first. Before just easily saying I'm done. So anyway, moving on from that. I like how Jordan has pretty much been neutral. Like, she's been very quiet about the whole surrogacy thing. Even when TJ wants her honest opinion about Christina being a surrogate, I love that Jordan is just going with the flow of it. She's basically feeling like, she thought they were going to take their time with it. But after TJ explained the situation to her, she was like, all right, cool. You got to do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, what can Jordan say? Her son is in a domestic partnership. He's an adult. He's making his own money, has his own career, has his own life. Ain't nothing that she could really say. You know what I'm saying? She's not going to be the one to dampen, just pretty much, dampen his mood and, just be a Debbie Downer about the situation, because I'm pretty sure she's not all that keen on Christina being a surrogate. Like, I'm pretty sure she has her feelings on it, because she felt like it could be a clusterfuck. Her and Alexis felt the same way, but I like that Jordan is not saying anything about that too much. Like, she's not giving her real opinion on it or really how she feel, and I don't blame her. I'd be the same way. Listen, this is y'all choice. This is y'all grown. This is what y'all want to do. I support it no matter what. Do what you have to. Do what you must. I agree. Um, but her looking into Curtis's shooting is very dangerous at this point, because I agree with TJ. Like, you gotta be careful with something like this. You going around asking questions, making phone calls. You got to be careful. Cause now two goons done walked up on her and stuff and took her. They was like, "Oh, you coming with us?" I said, "Who these bitches? What you mean she coming with y'all? Who y'all work for?" Because Jordan was looking a little shook for a second. She was like, "Oh, who y'all?" I'm like, "Jordan, you ain't got no panic button, ma'am. You need a panic button, something where you could just press a button, 5-0, just jump out of the woods or something." Because I'm like, "Oh, they just walked up on you, so they know where you are and stuff, who you are and where you be." I'm like, "Oh, they must have been watching you for a hot little minute then." Because she was supposed to be meeting with Anna and stuff, because Anna was wondering where the hell she was at. I'm like, "Well, girl, she in trouble." Y'all ain't got no tracker on her. Like, y'all don't share a location with each other. I'm just saying, like, in this day and age, you got to share locations with people, especially when you out and about. Excuse me. Oh God, it's heartburn. Um, I do that with my friends sometimes. Like, if they out with somebody new or whatever, like, they definitely text me and share their location. Cause I'm like, keep that on. Cause we don't trust people like that. Like, even if you out and about, just whatever. I know where all my people be. I don't play that. They know where I be. I know where they be. Like, we don't play them games. So anyway, moving on from that. Esme must be very, very desperate at this point. Like, this heifer must be desperate as all get out. Like, she went to Cyrus of all people for help. Like, how desperate can you be to go to Cyrus? And I love how Cyrus called her ass out, because he's starting to feel like how everybody else feel, like how a lot of other people feeling. She using that baby. She not worried about that child too much. She worried about her own freedom. That's what she worried about. I do think a part of her definitely cares about this kid, but I do feel like she uses that baby as leverage. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't touch me as long as I got the baby, but now I don't have the baby. Now you can touch me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. People could do something to her now, because you ain't got that kid to sit there and hold up, use as a shield. And it's so funny how quick she got mad at Cyrus when he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a phone call and get some people on the trail or whatever." This trick had the nerve to say, "That's it." What the hell you expect him to do? The man lying in the bed after getting his ass beat. What do you want him to do? And he already told her that his resources are pretty much reduced at this point. So it's not many people he can call to look into Nicholas. And besides, Nicholas has money and power all on his own too. And I'm pretty sure Nicholas is probably somewhere on a private jet as we speak, heading to parts unknown. So what else is Cyrus supposed to do other than get on the phone and make some phone calls? That's the best he can do at this point. So for her to get mad about that, I'm like, well then, skip your little ass on up out of here then. You came to him hat in hand looking for help. What you expect that man to do? Shit, he trying to help your ass. And I don't know why he doing that. Because I wouldn't be trying to help her. Lord knows. But yeah, I just feel like she got a con going. That's exactly how I feel. She definitely running a little con. And I love how Cyrus saw right through it. He know what's up with her. He could read her like a book. Anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.